Okay everyone, let's see how to make a histogram the long way doing it by hand. So what I have here is some weather data. This is February 2013 and this is the maximum temperature that was recorded for that day in Portland, Oregon at the airport. So I sorted this ascending, which helps a lot when you go to make the histogram. But the first thing you need to do is decide what your bin width is going to be. Like, how do you want to group these? Histograms are always grouped. So do you want to do it by 2s, 5s, 10s, 1.8s? You kind of get to make the choice here. So let's decide to go by 5s, in which case I'll write bin width equals 5. And then if you go by 5s, where do we start? Well, our data kind of goes from the 40s to the max here is 61, so let's just go from 40 to 65. So to start this off, we'll say bin, and then we just list what our bins are going to be. So if we're going by 5s, we could say it's 40 to, well, you might be tempted to say 45, but if you count up, we have 40, 41, 42, 43, 44. So really, we're going to go to 44. If we had data with decimals in it, we could call that 44.99. But the point is the next one starts at 45. After that, it starts at 50, 55, 60, and then, whoops, 65. So same idea here. This will go to 49. This goes to 54. This bin will go to 59, this one goes to 64, and it turns out we don't really need this one, but if we did, it would go to 69. So that's our bin is determined and written down. So now we'll do the frequency, which in this case is the number of days. So how many days are in each of these bins, these ranges, classes, categories, whatever you call them? So here there were 0. We can count up there were 0. 45 to 49, we just count up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 50 to 54, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 55 to 59, we can count up as 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 60 to 64 is 1. And then we get 0 here as well. So that's step 1. The computers are very nice because they'll do this for you, and then you can adjust this on the fly. You can see if you had hundreds of numbers, this would take a very long time. But then when we go to make that, we need to draw the axes and everything. So let's do that on this sheet. I like to have things very, very nice and precise. So I'm going to draw my histogram using this triangle. And then you grab a ruler and let's just mark out these bin divisions that we had before. You know, these were all 40, 45, 50, 55, so those can be our tick marks here. And in statistics, we don't need to start at 0 every time. Sometimes we do, but it's not absolutely necessary. You just have to pay attention to what you're doing. So I'll just go ahead and fill this in on the horizontal and vertical axes. So it's all set up. Now we are ready to do this. So it's pretty simple now. We have everything set up. So what we're going to do is each of these bars we're going to draw in is just going to have the height that is set here by the frequency. So if you want to, go ahead and use a triangle or a straight edge or just freehand it. If you're doing it by hand, you have a choice on how precise you want to be, certainly. The first bar is going to have a height of 0. The next one has a height of 12. So if we went and drew that in, maybe we can be more or less precise about this, but I'll just go ahead and draw in each of those bars. That's it. Not my most precise work, but it doesn't look too bad. So now we also need our axis labels. Tmax in degrees Fahrenheit. And on this axis, I will write frequency. Histogram always has frequency on this axis, and then So that just about does it. The only other thing we could do is give it a title. And that really got away from me there. You know, whatever, it's done.